Hey customizers, here we are with the finished product, the Sky Patrol Mobat. Is this not exciting? Look at that chrome, look at it, look, watch, look. Reflections are so cool. Anyway, no clear coat on this, at least on the chromed parts, right? We spoke about that earlier, that you can't, there isn't a clear coat yet that's good enough for this kind of chrome. So already I've limited myself to how much I can handle this thing, which is unfortunately the price you pay for having your own Sky Patrol vehicles. The other colored parts have been clear coated with a satin finish, courtesy of Vallejo. And as you can see, I've put all the stickers on. Now let's talk about stickering. We've already discussed a little bit of technique in previous videos about placing stickers and whatnot, and I want to go over again how deliberate this process is. Seeing as how we're taking vehicles that have never been in the G.I. Joe universe before and bringing them into it, you can't just necessarily take a set of Mobat stickers and slap them on here. In this case, the sticker set I used for this was the Sky Havoc set, with some modifications to make the G.I. Joe logo and this red stripe fit over these skirt gaps here, so to speak. And the thing with that is that the stickering process is actually really deliberate. And that's to say that I don't just sit there and look at a vehicle, oh, I'll just get the Sky Havoc stickers and slap them all over the place. It's what looks good where, what balances out the vehicle, and what really makes it blend in. The ultimate goal for this aesthetic, right? We're looking for that if Hasbro had continued releasing vehicles under different teams kind of thing, is that how do we make this work, right? And it's subjective, right? At the end of the day, this is art. So if you were following me step by step and you did your own Sky Patrol Mobat and your stickers went in a different place, as long as it looks balanced and good, then it's good. It's art, right? So it's subjective by nature. But there are some guidelines to follow, and one we talk about all the time is balance, right? Balance versus symmetry. In this case, balance means weighting the amount of markings across your vehicle. So, for example, this one's a little blatant, but you have the straight line of the very brightly colored G.I. Joe logo here, and I balance that out with the red stripe here. These red stripes are kind of randomly placed, well, relatively randomly placed on the real Sky Patrol vehicles, but what I liked about it was that while you have this, the feature of this custom is the fact that it's chromed and reflective, the importance is that you're going to have all this chrome, but you want to balance it out a little bit with the color of the stickers, right? So we have a little sticker up here on that part of the cupola. We have the stars and bars there, some kill markings there, and the Sky Patrol logo there. For this here, we have the big G.I. Joe logo, Sky Patrol in the middle, the red stripe, and just a little bit of a warning stencil there. The reason being, and there's one back here as well, as you can see. The reason for that is the Mobat actually had a bunch of them, and you're trying to balance your look. So you don't just want to take all of the Sky Havoc stickers and find a place for them on here, because maybe it won't necessarily work. And in some cases, I used some generic markings and I put them on. So a lot of these stencils I think came from other sticker sets. I don't actually remember. But what I tried to do was present a balanced subject. So in this case, yes, you still have the prime feature, which is the chrome, but it's also balanced out nicely with the application of color. You don't want to have 0 stickers on this thing, or else it would look incomplete, right? You take the vehicle out of the box, you put it together with no stickers, and then you've got, you know, just the shininess and everything. But to bring it into the Joe universe, we have to apply some stickers to it, right? Or we should. At the end of the day, you can do what you want. So in this case, we talked about the deliberate process of putting stickers on. So it took me 5 days of just picturing different stickers in different places and going, would this work here, would this work there? No. Why so long? Because at the end of the day, sticker placement, especially on this chrome, is a one-shot, one-kill kind of deal. So that's to say that because of the nature of this chrome paint, you are more likely to damage the underlying paint than you are with other airbrushed products like acrylic paints or enamel paints or what have you. So this was a bit of a dive into the deep end for your first airbrush class, or tutorial, excuse me, class. Sit down, behave yourselves. In that, by using the Molotov Chrome, we've kind of almost painted ourselves into a corner where we've put on a very special finish that's very delicate, relatively speaking. and now we have to treat it with kid gloves. In fact, when I put on these stickers, once I started handling the Mobat, I was wearing nitrile gloves. So you should be wearing these for painting anyway to keep your hands clean, but I also had these on to handle this during the stickering process. The reason being is you deposit oils on there, and you could mar the surface. So we talked about in previous videos the application of stickers, where you take up the edge of the sticker and then you take some tweezers and place it on there, and then a nice smooth application of pressure. In this case, the secret to what I found is applying stickers for Sky Patrol is using two sets of tweezers, and then making sure that your hands are firmly balanced. Right now they're resting on my spray booth, and very deliberately and slowly landmarking and then placing, and then a little rub with your knuckle that's, you know, in the glove, little rub with the glove or whatever, just on the sticker itself, and then you're good to go. So that took a little bit of trial and error to figure that one out, but that's a free tip there. So two sets of tweezers, and the reason being is that you get the electrostatic charge in the sticker itself and whatnot, and its tendency to want to move onto and stick to the plastic surface. So you want to keep it up there off the surface as much as possible until you've got it positioned, and then when it comes in, you just lightly place it down, put your tweezers down, and then over the stick, just the sticker, is rub your finger on it just a little bit. You don't have to push hard to get the sticker to set. So I'm pleased with the way this came out sticker-wise. I had to reposition one sticker, but luckily when I pulled it up, yes, it caused damage to the chrome paint, but I just had to move it such a small distance that the sticker covered up the damage. So I call that no harm, no foul. And that's really all there is to it. So we've talked about the stickering process enough, I think, so let's take this off screen and let's look at the airbrush itself. Look how shiny that is! And I've already got it mostly disassembled here, but let's get into it. Now the airbrush itself. Arguably more technically complex to use than spray can, because it's a tool. It is a tool with moving parts. All that being said, I think that we've aptly demonstrated with just one custom how versatile this tool can be. And really all we're doing by just laying down blocks of solid color, we're using the airbrush in its most basic form. With the dual action airbrush like this one is, you can do so much more. You can, and really it lends itself well to realistic style painting. So if you are a realist in your customizing, I can't encourage or recommend the purchase of an airbrush enough, because really that's the tool you want. There are other techniques available. Again, you know, if someone's on a budget, that's no problem. But if budget wasn't a concern, airbrush is where it's at. And the big question on nobody's mind is, what are we going to do next? Well, we've got loads to do. We're going to talk about conventional paint application and clear coating with an airbrush next time. Here's just a couple of examples of airbrush work. We have the Night Force Skyhawk and the Dreadnought Skyhawk. They have various fun, cool names, but that's what we're calling them for right now. And what I wanted to show you with both of these is the fact that it's the same vehicle, right? The original olive drab Skyhawk. And as soon as you slap an affiliation with it, Night Force or Dreadnoughts or Tiger Force, whatever, you can see how much difference the same vehicle gets you. Sometime in the future I'll show you, I have like 7 wolves, they're all painted in different colors, and it's amazing what it does to the aesthetics of the vehicle. So if you're still not sold yet on custom painting your own vehicles, look at the glory! Anyway, that's what I get for having 17 coffees before I film this. And that's really the thing of it, is we're only scratching the surface on what we can do with this stuff. So keep working on your own projects. Remember, there's going to be errors, there's going to be mistakes. That's okay. I still make errors and mistakes too. I'm sure there's super professional customizers out there that still do the same thing. And the point being is to remember to never quit, right? They always told us that on G.I. Joe, is never quit, so you are not allowed to quit. But yeah, join me next time when we do our next project. And I'm still debating on which one we're going to do next, right? It's that thing where there's so many choices, which one do I do next? They're all going to get done, hopefully, but which one do I do next? But I might tackle a couple of subjects all at the same time because that seems to be my going trend right now. And I like getting myself into trouble. So we will see you next time. In the meantime, take care and have fun.